All right, my beautiful friends. Hello, and welcome to our nutrition boot camp call this week. It is December 7th, the first Monday in December, and we're going to chat about something that I love. I love to chat about. We're going to talk about goals today and how to set them. And you might be like, I know how to set goals, Bryn. And there's been so much that I have learned over the past several years as I've continued to set goals that I just want to put it all in one place. I just want to share all the nuggets, all the things from a whole bunch of different sources that I've learned all in one place. Here you go, served on a beautiful silver platter nutrition boot camp call for you. And hopefully you will learn something new that you didn't already know today. Okay, so a lot of the things that I'm going to share today come from a few different people. John Maxwell is one of them. Josh Coates is another one of them. For those of you who may not know who that is, he's like a mentor in the Beachbody Coach MLM network marketing world. Another one is Grant Cardone. So those three people have been a huge. Oh, and John Acuff have been a huge influence in my life when it comes to like learning about goal setting and essentially learning how to live up to my full potential. And you may have heard this a million times, but if you don't write down your goals, then they're really just a wish. And so taking the time to write down your goals regularly, and I've heard a million different things, that you can write it down every single day, you can write them down once a week, you can write them down once a month and revisit them. I've seen a million different strategies, I've seen a million different whatever, but the recurring theme that I keep seeing from people, one, you got to write it down. Two, you got to see them often, whether it's something that you see physically or something that you say aloud. Okay. So I like to do a little bit of everything. I have this, the Ultimate Achiever Clever Fox planner. And in that, every single week, there's a spot to write down your goals for the week. And at the very beginning of the planner, there's a spot to write down like your 5 major goals. And I really like it because there's a spot to circle what area is this goal achieving? Is it health and fitness? Is it a financial goal? Is it a goal in my relationships?
Can I get the Oila?
No, but you can go see if Kaden wants to play.
She left.
Kaden did? Okay, well then just wait. I don't want Oila to wake up yet. She's not ready.
Yeah, she is.
No, she's not ready.
I want to get it like a crocodile.
And try to sneak in quietly without waking her up. Okay? Will you close my door so I don't wake her up, please? No, close the door. Thank you. Joy. Real life, it's fine. Is it a health and fitness goal? Is it a financial goal? Is it a goal that I have in my relationships and my spirituality, in my business, and fun and recreation, and my personal development, and my self-care? And making sure, because I know sometimes for me, I'm very guilty of like, oh shoot, all of my goals are in the exact same area. Clearly, I feel like I'm failing in that one area, but I need to be more well-rounded and I need to set goals across multiple areas of my life, not just one, right? If I feel like my health and fitness is failing or whatever. Like I can't just set 5 health and fitness goals and neglect every single other area of my life, right? Because then something else will become a failure or whatever. Cool? So I really love that. And so every single week, there's a spot for me to write down the goal that I set at the beginning and then the baby steps that I can take now to achieving that goal. And it helps me break it down, bite size. This is my main huge goal. What are my goals this week to help me achieve that goal? And then there's a spot at the end of the week, did I achieve what I wanted to? And if not, why not? And there's a spot to write it down. What did work well for me this week? How did I achieve my goals? What can I do to make next week better? And whatever. There's just this really great spot for reflection at the beginning. And there's like a monthly overlook, there's a weekly overlook, and then there's a daily overlook. Love this planner. You've heard me talk about it before. But I seriously, truly love it. But I have done everything from like legit. Grant Cardone talks about how he just has one of those like yellow legal pads that I think is legit like 99 cents and you can get it at Home Depot. Like nothing fancy, nothing schmancy, right? And he keeps it by his bedside and he writes down his goals every single day. Every single day he wakes up, writes them down. This is my goal. This is my goal. This is my goal. And it's just that like rote memorization, right? And then at night he writes it again to go to sleep thinking about his goals again so that he can wake up and think about his goals.
I can find.
Okay, I'll look for it later. Did you close your door?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Please close my door. I don't want to wake them up. Thank you. Choice. Just that rote memorization. Okay. There's also another planner journal that I've seen called the Rise Up Planner. And it has a spot for you to write out your goals quarterly. And then you read them aloud every single day as part of your daily routine, your morning routine, whatever. Again, it doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter what planner you use or if you just have a piece of paper and a pen. Okay. Write them down though, and make sure they're in a place where you can see them regularly. And I also, when I'm setting my goals every single month, I don't know if you'll be able to see this because glares are fun, but I make it, you can't see it. Maybe, let me turn off my light. Nope, you still can't see it. I'm making my screensaver, okay? I'm making my screensaver. You can't see it at all right now, but my screensaver on my phone are my goals for this month so that I'm reminded right away every single time, what am I working towards? So that so many people set goals January 1, goal time. And then like you ask them 2 weeks later, what are your goals? And they're like, I can remember one. Yep. I don't really remember what the other ones that I wrote down are. That's fine, whatever, right? And like I can totally raise my hand and say like, yes, I have been guilty of that before. Yes, I have, right? And I love to work out. I'm weird. I love it. It's one of my pastimes. It's fun to me. And I like to go, I've been to the gym a million times. I've been a live instructor for years. And it was very, 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 I heard this today and was reminded of it, but it was very like so annoying come January when a whole bunch of people would all of a sudden start coming to the gym. And all of a sudden, like I've been coming for months, maybe years, but now all of a sudden I go at the exact same time that I always go. And now all of a sudden I can't find a spot on the treadmill that I wanted to use or the weight machine that I've been using forever because now all these people have goals and you just like tell yourself, all right, like it's okay. Just give myself 6 weeks. I got to come a little earlier or a little later or whatever. Just got to be patient for 6 weeks. And then all these people will be gone. And it like clockwork, seriously, like clockwork. It was like always around Valentine's Day. Like people they just stop coming. And same in the live, like in my live fitness classes, there was always this like huge, like, yay, there's like so many people and then like our room is filled and now we got to like RSVP to like fill in your spot and whatever, but it's only going to be like that for 6 weeks. And you guys, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad that in the world, not just health and fitness goals, but like we just have this, yeah, I will crush my goals for like maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe 3. And then I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to be human. And then I'm going to throw away the rest of the year. Like it doesn't even matter. And I'll just try again next year. Like you guys, it's like February 14th. Like you still have 10 and a half months of the year left. Like what? No, right? Like, no, just so you know, you're human. So am I. You will make mistakes. You will set goals. You will fail. And then the difference between success and failure is what you do after the failure. It's the day after perfect. The people who succeed are the ones who pick themselves up and brush themselves off and try again. And the day after perfect, those who fail are the ones who throw in the towel. Nah, I wasn't perfect. I'm just not even gonna do it anymore. Whatever, right? And this is in every area of your life, whether it's health and fitness, finances, date night with your spouse, whatever, work, business, all the whatever things, okay? You are human. I am human. We will make mistakes, okay? So just embrace that right this very second and know that going into January. And no, I think I'm talking to my people here because y'all are here in the middle of December and you didn't wait till January 1st to get on a nutrition bootcamp call. 2021 is going to be exactly like 2020 unless you do something to change it, okay? We can't control all the things in the world. I'm getting on my passion bus, okay? And it's fine. Thank you, Laura. Okay? It is not going to be any different than 2020 is unless you do something to change, okay? And I'll be real, like there were aspects of 2020 that were hard. Yes, it's hard to have like vacations canceled. It was hard to not be able to see my family for so long. It was hard to not be able to see my neighbors or hug people or whatever, or cancel plans, things, all the whatever, right? It was hard for everybody in some way, shape, or form. But I would say 2020 has been a fabulous year. It really has been. I've loved it for so many reasons because it's brought me closer to to my Savior, for one, I'm a spiritual person, to my family, for two, and it has helped me to look internally and to figure out my ish so that I can grow into the best version of me because I've had so much time to sit with myself, right? So if you want to make 2021 your year, your best year yet, it starts here. It starts with your mindset. It starts with knowing what comes the day after perfect and what you're going to do if you're going to brush yourself off. And I think that was exactly this year. Like 2020 started so great, right? And the day after perfect, AKA March, when the world shut down, most of the world, whoa, I just shook my whole table, it's fine. Most of the world, oh, the day after perfect, 2020 is no longer perfect. I'm just going to shut down and sit here for the rest of 2020 and just wait till 2021 comes around, right? But those of us who pick ourselves up, brush ourselves off, and we keep going, even though conditions aren't perfect, we progressed this year, okay? And we kept moving. Don't shame yourself this is not me shaming you if this was a hard year for you, okay? This is just a wake-up call to you can make you be the change that you wish to see in the world, right? Thank you, Gandhi. Yes, you have that control and you have that power. That was totally not something I was planning on talking about, but apparently it was needed to be said because I just follow my heart on these things, okay? I heard a quote today. I'm listening to the book Failing Forward by John Maxwell. So good, so good, so good. I thought I had a really good mindset around failure and like picking yourself up the day after perfect. No, that's going to be a book that I listen to like on repeat, probably 7 times in a row until it's like really, really, really ingrained in my head. So good. And it's like 2.5 hours on Audible if you're looking for a really, really solid, good short book. Failing Forward by John Maxwell. But he said today, actually, in my listening, he said, people change when they hurt enough that they have to, learn enough that they want to, or receive enough that they are able to. Okay, I just want to say that again because I think that's really profound. People change when they hurt enough that they have to, they learn enough that they want to, or they receive enough that they are able to. And he went on to talk about a near-death experience that he had that changed his whole perspective on life. And it brought to mind this part from Start. I quoted this book 2 times ago, I think. John Acuff, so good. We listened to him on Audible. So great, right? The concept of like diamonds and the time blocking one that we did a few weeks ago. But John Acuff in that book, he talks about you don't have to have a near-death experience to figure out what is wrong with your life. You don't have to wait till those moments happen because you hear all these stories, right? All these stories of people who had near-death experiences and like huge aha moment. Oh my gosh, I'm going to change all the things, right? And he instead just challenged us, okay, create that near-death experience for you right this very second, right now. If I were to die today, freak accident. I walk outside, some crazy Joe Schmo is going crazy in the streets. He hits me, I die. Okay, that could happen. Like it could totally happen, right? We have no idea when it's our time to go. If I died today, what would be my biggest regret? What would be your biggest regret? If you died today, you find out you have cancer tomorrow, and you've been given 6 weeks to live, 6 months to live. I have a friend who's a coach that her grandma was diagnosed with cancer. She was given a couple weeks to live. She died within the weekend, like 3 days or like a week at most, right? Like we have no idea. We have no idea. Okay. So what would you regret most not doing with your time here if you died today? And then gut check, are those the things that you're spending time doing? For him, John Acuff, his biggest regrets were, I never wrote my book. I didn't build a tree house with my son. And I never took my wife to, I can't remember, but like some fabulous place. And it was just a gut check for him. Like, okay, am I spending my time doing that? Am I actively making progress on this treehouse with my son? No, I'm not. So I can change that. Am I saving part of my paycheck to go on this fabulous trip with my wife? No, I'm not. Can I change that? Yes, I can. Am I making progress every day on writing my book? No, I'm not. Can I change that? Yes, I can. And obviously he wrote that book and it's changed my life. How many times have I quoted it on Nutrition Bootcamp calls, right? So ask yourself that today or whenever it is that you sit down to make your goals for 2021 or December or whenever or every day of the rest of your life. If you died today, what would you most regret not doing? And then gut check yourself. Is that what you're spending your time doing? Okay. I'm going to get all spiritual on you for just 2 seconds. Me and my husband were actually having a conversation yesterday about, there's a book of scripture that we read. And we were talking about like, there's a whole bunch of authors, right? It's just like the Bible. It's called the Book of Mormon, but it's just like the Bible where there's like different people who wrote different sections of it, right? And we were just talking about like how profound it is that you like can legit tell like the difference between the authors. And it was we were just talking about like how cool it is that like we know that this is like real and true like scriptures because you can definitely tell the difference from one author to the next. And it wasn't just like one Joe Schmo who's like, I'm just going to create a new book of scriptures and call it Revelation. Like it really was translated and there really were all these different people who wrote it because you can tell in the reading of it. And we were talking about like how cool it was, the voice that one author has compared to another and the relationship that they have with God and the confidence that they have in writing. And anyways, there's this part in the Book of Mormon where it's like legit, there's like several chapters where the guy is just like, to be honest, I really don't have anything to add. So I'm just writing this because my dad told me to. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Okay, I'm dead now, so I'm passing it to my son, or I'm about to die now, so I'm passing it to my son, right? And that's like it. Like there's literally like a sentence. And then like the son writes like, oh, hey, it's me, the son. And it's not really, I'm very, very much dumbing it down to sound like modern language, right? But it's like, oh, hey, it's me now, the son. And I don't really have anything to add either. I'm kind of a wicked person, so I don't really have anything spiritual to add. So yep, I'm going to pass him down to my son now. And it like continues like that for like so many generations of just like, wow, thanks for that. Like that was great. But these people lived lives, right? Like they lived lives. And I'm sure they had lessons that they learned. And I'm sure they had insights that they shared. And I'm sure that they could have passed on some words of wisdom, right? But they chose not to. Why? Because they didn't make time for it. They didn't make time for it, right? And it wasn't a priority to them. And so now, like, I don't even know their names. They don't stand out to me as people in the scriptures like these other authors did who took all this time to teach me something, right? And I know this seems like weird to put in a nutrition boot camp call, but the point is, take the time to make sure your legacy that you leave, going back to this whole, like, if you died today, what would you regret not doing? Do you have a mark on this world? Do you journal? Are your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren going to know what mattered to you? Are they going to know your stories? Are they going to know who you were? What you believed in, what you valued, what you were hoping for, what you did every day, what you were pushing for, what you dreamed about? Do they know about your vacations you took and whatever, all the things? And that can take on so many different formats. Social media is an easy one, right? Chat books, right? Like, you can now take your Instagram posts and make them a chat book and whatever. Like, but leaving some sort of footprint on the world, not just for your own kids, but for generations to come. And in my own small way, like this, right? Like, this is going to be a YouTube video in about an hour, right? And I'm sharing this, my thoughts, my values with you. And then I'm going to post it on YouTube. And whoever has the link can view it, right? And that's enough sometimes. And so I'm not telling you have to do this like grandiose thing and be the next Rosa Parks, right? Like, in your own circle of influence, are you making a difference in the world? Or are you like, meh, I don't really have anything to add, so I'm just gonna. You have something to add. You do. Because you are living a life. And you are a beautiful human with incredible traits and qualities. And you have learned things that other people don't know. So finding that confidence in yourself to share them, however feels authentic and appropriate to you. Okay? Okay, great. With all of that said, I want you to sit down and set those goals, okay? With all these thoughts in your head. If I died today, what would I regret not doing? And make it in those 9 areas. I think 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 areas that I talked about before. Health and fitness. And you know what? Maybe you're already at your goal weight or whatever. But I know for me personally, like, I want to clean up my nutrition, or I want to have a more healthy relationship with food after dinner. I do so good sun up to dinner time, and then like dinner comes around and I turn into a completely different person who just needs all the junk food because I don't know why. And it's really obnoxious to me and I want to change that, right? So I have that health and fitness goal, right? Even though I'm already at my goal weight, even though I've already lost 47 pounds, I can still, this year, I can still change. I can still progress, right? Finances. What are your goals financially? Okay. Relationships with your, and that's twofold. So relationship with your significant other and relationships with family and friends. Okay. Extended, immediate, whatever, family and friends, right? Twofold. Relationship with your significant other, relationships, family and friends. Your spirituality. What are your spiritual goals this year or 2021? Whatever. What are your business goals? And if you don't have a business, do you want to start one? Do you want to have an Etsy shop? Do you want to start your own little thing? Do you want to start mowing people's lawns and making 20 bucks a pop? I don't know. Do you want to start one if you don't have a business, right? And even if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I know I would go crazy if I did not have this, if I did not have you guys to chat with and have like some sort of like, all right, I'm taking my mom hat off. It's time to be a coach. It's time to like turn on my passion for health and fitness. I would go insane without this. Okay. So like, if you have always dreamt of being a mom, that's all I've ever wanted. That's all I've ever wanted. That's all I've ever wanted. Girlfriend, me too. That's all I ever wanted. And then I became a mom and I was like, no, I need something else. So if you're like me, no guilt, no shame. Okay. You're human. Remember how we talked about that already? Congratulations. Right. And when you are fulfilling your passion and purpose as a mom, in other areas of your life, I know for me personally, can't speak for everyone, but everyone I've talked to that I know, they are a better mom when they are fulfilling this passion and purpose outside of just this, outside of just laundry and cleaning and cooking and diapers and repeat and bedtime and repeat and all the things, right? Like if you were a person before you were a mom, are you still that person today, or have you lost her? Okay. And if you've lost her, go find her. And it doesn't have to be business. It can be fun and recreation. Did you used to go dancing? Go dance again. Did you used to craft? All right, do it again. Right? Did you lose her? And if you did, find her again. Okay. Okay. Fun and recreational goals. What are you going to do for fun? And that may or may not include travel. So make sure you have other things besides just travel goals, right? Personal development. What are your personal development goals? How are you going to improve personally? Does your marriage need a little help? Do you need a little help knowing how to speak to your children in a kinder voice, or speaking in ways that they actually listen to you, or whatever, right? Do you struggle with self-confidence? Okay, great. What books are you going to read? And if you need ideas, that is like totally my jam. Okay. I've read a lot of books over the last 5 years and I love books. I always have, always will. I would love to share some ideas if you need some. And then the last one is self-care and rest. Okay. What are you going to do to pamper yourself? And this is not like, yes, it can be, like similar to fun and recreation, but I personally find self-care and rest to be completely different. Like I'm good at doing things for fun, but am I good at like, I'm going to take a bath by myself with a bath bomb and a candle once a week, right? Amy's like, yeah, right? Like that can be considered fun, or that can be considered self-care and rest. Like, are you good at going to get your nails done just because you want to? Not because you have to, or you have an event coming up or whatever. Like, I just want to, right? Jocelyn's like, yeah, I got you. I don't. I need to get them done so bad, right? Those massages, taking a nap, whatever. All those self-care and rest things that bless your life and help you show up, right? Okay. Those are the 8 areas in which I want you to set your goals. Okay. And if you have more, great, share them in the Fun Friday thread. And I'd love to hear them. Okay. Last thing I want to share before I end this recording, and then we can just chat with all the friends who are on live. Goals are meant to stretch you. Okay. They are meant to push you. They are meant to help you climb to a new level. The best example I can give is, like, I had a friend who, and this was the first time I'd ever heard this, so I think this is why it sticks out so close to me in my brain. But I had a friend who is one of my mentors in the coaching world, and she had a consistent pattern of helping about 5 people every single month on their health and fitness journey. And she started being mentored by Josh Coates, who I referenced earlier. And he was like, all right, what if you helped 25 people? And she was like, no, I get no. Like, I have a habit of helping 5. No, 25, no, I can't do that. Right. And he's like, but if you set that goal, would it make you show up differently? And she's like, well, yeah, yes. If that was my goal, yeah, I would definitely show up differently. And he was like, okay, great. Then let's set that goal. And she helped 24 people that first month. And she was so disappointed in herself, like so mad at herself. She was so close to the goal that she had set. And he was like, whoa. Wait a second. Like, do you hear yourself talking right now? You went from helping 5 people to 24 people and you're mad? And she was like, oh, you're right. Like, you're right. Yeah, you're totally right. And he was like, well, that was the whole point. We set that goal, not necessarily so you could meet it, but so that you could grow into the version of yourself that accomplishes more than you ever thought was possible. Right? And I know there's so much around like setting SMART goals, and I agree with that. Like they should be measurable and they should be specific and they should be whatever all the acronyms are. But there's a lot of people in the world, and I feel like a lot of authors are starting to talk about this more. So it's less like whatever. I feel like this is becoming more of a common topic for people to talk about in the personal development world. But achievable is not a word that should be described in your goals. If you know exactly how you're going to reach that goal, it's not hard enough. And it's not going to make you show up, right? It's called a C-type goal, where like an A-type goal is like, oh yeah, I've done that before. I can do it again. Like my goal tonight for dinner is to make paninis with salad kit. Okay, great. I've done that before. Like I know how to do that. I can do that, right? I got to do it. I will do it, but I know how. I'm going to do it, right? A B type goal is like, okay, I'm going to try a one pan dish just on this cooking, whatever. I've never made this specific one, but I've made one just like it. So a B type goal is like, okay, I'm trying something a little different. I've done something similar, but I'm trying something new, right? That's a B type goal. We're similar, but different, right? A C type goal is like, I have never achieved anything like that before. And I literally have no idea how I'm going to accomplish that, right? And if you set a C type goal in all of these areas, I think that might get a little overwhelming, to be completely honest. So I might set a C type goal in probably max three of those areas. But if I set a goal financially, we are going to be debt free by the end of the year. And we're going to have 6 months of spending in our emergency fund. You guys, just being a little vulnerable for a sec, okay? That is like almost $100,000 difference, like between the money that we need to pay off in debt and then the money that we would need to save to have 6 months of spending, comfortable spending in our savings account. I have no idea how I'm going to make that happen. But if I put that out there in the universe, do you think I'm going to show up a little bit differently? That's my goal? Yes. Do you think I'm going to keep my AirPods sitting there that I'm not using anymore because they're my old ones and I have the new ones now? No, I'm going to sell those things and I'm going to get $100-ish for them so that I can pay off my debt faster, so that I can have more money in savings, right? Like I'm going to show up differently because I set this huge goal that I have no idea how to accomplish, right? You're going to look for the ways in which you can accomplish those goals. And when you put them out into the universe and you are writing them down regularly or reading them out loud regularly, or you have created a vision board, or you've made it your screensaver, or you whatever you are doing to see them and be reminded of them regularly, you will be reminded. And it will not just be a goal. It will become your vision. And guess what? Your vision becomes your future, right? So that's all I wanted to say. Love you guys. I believe in you guys. Set goals today to help you accomplish the life that you want. Not just in 2021, forever. December, start today. Yeah? Because we are not average Joes. And we start December 7th on achieving the life that we want, not just January 1st. Right? And I'm going to see all y'all's faces February 15th, the day after perfect, right? Good. Okay. If you're on the recording, I will see you later. I love you. You're amazing. Happy December 7th. And if you're on live, stay on live and we'll chat for a sec. Okay? Bye, recording friends.